Also, we go from the Wastelands to the Echolands. This is an Inept comic book. I mean, this is, to apologies to Kali UK. I hope he doesn't mind. I'm sure he doesn't mind. Because Kali UK doesn't really review comic books. And I'm not here to do this every time. I'm just this one instance because I have no idea what the fuck I just read. But it's an amazing comic book. Now, most comic books are in portrait, but this is a landscape comic book, right? Now, to show you a few issues, a few pages of these. So the first arc is done. We get this Red Riding Hood type character, right? And she's the main person, right? She's the main one. Now, I really don't know what's going on in this comic book. There's some sort of a high priestess, a queen, an empress to be exact, who's like got dark magic. And then you got this Red Riding Hood character to fight her. So there's a resistance, there's a whole world, right? I think this is her boyfriend, this guy here. So she's, the Red Riding Hood in question is Hope. And this is her boyfriend, Core. So Core's this big, kind of big fat rocker dude, heavy metal rocker dude. So they're fighting these are the Nazi the soldiers, right? And Hope and Core represent the resistance. This is Optimus Prime right there. This is amazing stuff. I have no idea what's going on. I know that we follow Hope and Core and the rest of these people. We're following the story from their point of view. They're the resistance. She's got these like mystic powers that can like fuck people up. You know, she's got this superpower that can like really tear somebody up from the inside, right? And so I'm playing some heavy metal music. This is royalty free. This is not the music that the writers here, J.H. Williams, Hayden Blackman, they used their own licensed music. They used licensed music for this one. So much going on in this. Now, there's a dark demon priestess kind of person at the end. And at the end of each issue, you see an alien. So you got a spell with the wizard. There's an interview with a fictional character, I guess, the Echo. So, and there's a little comic strip. And I'll just kind of flip through these right now. You got a afterword by I would say let me just adjust my screen here so that we're not seeing too much of behind the scenes structure here. Sounds of Creation. So this is J.H. Williams' music playlist. You got Fred Karlin, Westworld soundtrack, Jefferson Starship, Spitfire, The Who Are You? You got David Bowie, you've got Styx, you've got Ween, Jeff Lynne. This is amazing. So that's the first, this is all in the first issue, right? And I was lucky to get a hold of these issues because sometimes you can't even find them. These are Image Comics issues. The same ones who did He-Man, a lot of the Masters of the Universe from the 2000s. This is part 2. And we're getting to know more of the characters. So here you see Core and Hope. Or actually Core. And very interesting. So, I mean, like most fictions, you have a rebel alliance versus the evil empire. You have the soldiers, you have the characters from Hunger Games or whatever you have. Like always the teenager characters you follow. The teenage girl versus the evil Hitler dictator and stuff like that. So here you got, Hope. She's got this power to kill people from inside. She has the power to implode people. And there's a villain right here. She looks like Poison Ivy's worst nightmare. You fascist slag. This is, they're using words like fucking shit. And so it is for mature readers, not for kids, of course, barely for people who have no constitution. And this is where you start to see, here is the turning point. You start to see a lot of the main characters. I think 1 or 2 die, but some really amazing stuff. And here you got the lead. I guess he serves the main leader here. What I like about this stuff is that it's just very cinematic. I mean, some of this tells you about we follow an orb that reports back to the Emperor, I guess. It's just, I'm amazed by what I'm looking at, right? Now, I've read other things. I've read Scott Westerfeld's Leviathan, which is like a steampunk World War I thing, right? And I've read Superman and Batman and Star Wars. This is a whole different thing for me. You could see all the different people about... This is... And here you see more of the fighting, and everybody's on the move. They have to move. They're fugitives on the run, right? They can't stay at home anymore, so they have to keep moving. There are robot guards, sentinels with long tentacles like Dr. Octopus. It's amazing stuff. I've been reading this. I try to read different things, and just like before, you have another sort of a epilogue with the alien. So this is sort of the alien. Now he's important because you'll see him later, and you have more interviews with the wizard. This is another cheap comic strip, and more music. Here you got John Barry, You Only Live Twice soundtrack, Fugazi. This is the music that the writer himself is listening to while he's working on this stuff. Can, Right Time, The Cult, Love, all on vinyl. Marvin Hamlich, The Spy Who Loved Me, just likes James Bond. Fiona Apple, Title. I mean, the best way to read this stuff is with the music, right? So that's the second one. And the last Instagram, J.H. Williams is working on number 7. That was about last year, somewhere in October, November. Number 3. Look at this one. Fantastic, right? Now, someone's been showing off all the pages. I don't want to... Like, I did that for the Star Wars because I wanted to tell the story, like, you know, of the Star Wars that was kind of forgotten about. But I don't want to do that as a habit. Now, this is a guy that's supposed to help the main characters. He tries to... He's like Landau Calrissian. He ultimately, like, he doesn't know if he should betray them or help them. But he gives them an escape pod to get out before the Empress goes and finds them. I mean, you see there's a giant Loch Ness monster. Hold on, help me, Rabbit, I'm coming. I think Rabbit dies or goes somewhere else. I think goes to another world. There's so much. I mean, it's mostly a visual barf. I mean, sometimes it looks like a great Renaissance piece, and sometimes it looks like vomit. Yeah, so Hope and this guy know each other. They know each other. Really fantastic stuff. I'm a work in progress. You can have this if you help us. So it's very much a story. But yeah, a lot of amazing stuff in here. You're trying to follow the story. This is where they get into the escape ship. There's the escape ship right there, and then they go into this underwater place. That's kind of like where Aquaman went to go find that to talk to Volko and Queen Mera, or not Queen. She wasn't queen yet. Here's something that happens in the deep. That's the main villain, right? She's the main villain in this. So there's always some villain. There's always something going on. Rabbit lost in the Echolands. So Rabbit's not dead. We think Rabbit's dead. There's some very great panels here. I recall, I'll look at this at the end of this. You see some sort of Gundam Voltron type character at the end. Welcome to Metamaru Mountain. What is that about? I have no idea. So forgive me if I'm not appreciating this as far as some other fans are. But this is it's a series well worth looking at. We're just going through these 9 minutes in, and we've gotten halfway through, right? We're not even halfway done at 9 minutes. Not even halfway done. I got some of these at my work, and I got some of these at the comic book store. This one, 4. Now there's director's cuts. This shows you the alien. This is the alien that they're going to run into. The alien from the epilogues, from the first 2 issues. Here's where they actually also, all the Hope and all the friends, Hope, Core, her boyfriend Core, and all the friends meet up, and they meet this alien who's going to get them a rocket ship to get out. So there might be some spoilers in here, but honestly, I mean, if you understand fantasy, you kind of, you know, all, if you could understand fantasy and then just look at the pretty pictures, you might understand what's going on in here, because there's not too many unique things happening here. We could split up. So there's different people. We could split up. The wizard only wants hope. So it's an evil wizard. I don't know, some sort of enchantress. There's the rocket ship. They got to get into that rocket, right? Now you see why I matter. Bellies are full, bladders are emptied, and as it gets quiet in my sanctum again, fate sends me the postcards. I see more of me. I'm wearing. So that's the caution for the other guy. Remember that? Fuel for cologne, it'll drown out the smell of dead flesh. But first, heads on pillows. Oh, and something about a lost rabbit and his robot. More of the interviews. More interview here with the fictional character, Plasma Tones. Reunion tour. Interesting. Here's some more music that J.H. Williams was listening to. Shooting Guns, the Wolf Cop soundtrack. Lonesome Wyatt and Holy Spooks. Halloween is here. So he tells you, like, you should listen to all this music while you're reading this stuff. Guns, self-titled. Judas Priest, Rockarola. Kruanbegin, The Universe Smiles Upon You. Spider Jazz, various artists. Jerry Goldsmith, Chinatown soundtrack. Agent Orange, Surf Punks. Van Morrison, Vitam Fleece. We got two more to look at. Echolands 5. Hope gets the power, I guess. I mean, it's different from Masters of the Universe, right? There's the all-powerful wizard. Explosions. How long can we keep our hate alive? Is the lifespan of hate equal? It's just, like, what is this? Like, in some ways it's not good because you really want to know what's happening, but it's all landscape. It's all art. Sometimes it looks good and sometimes it'll look like vomit. You try to figure it out. Where is she? Everybody wants to know, where's Hope? Hope is like this one character that can do everything and all powerful and shit. Like, how many stories have you seen like that, right? So this is just, I have no idea. I mean, there's so many, there's a whole universe, right? Like Star Wars, there's a whole, like Fallout. There's a whole universe, and there's different factions, there's different groups of people, and they're all trying to figure out where they're at. So there's this Gundam robot again. They're trying to figure out, they're in hell, they're trying to figure out how to get out of it. I can finally smell the corpse flowers in bloom. This is just for this one scene, this one scene. There's the guy there. That's what the aliens saw in the crystal ball. Oh yeah, this is terrible. So she's dead, I think. Now we see another faithful reader. Well, of course the dead will rise, and they're off to Horror Hill. So here's a spell with the wizard. I dream of wrapped flesh slithering through a bubbling soup of blood and marrow. I wake to soft whispers and the faint scent of jasmine tickling my nose, and then both are gone. I am left staring into the gloom. I wonder if I'm still dreaming or losing my mind, or the target of ghosts. Now, besides the music, here's another one. An A-squared compilation, Elder, self-titled. Devo. Oh no, it's Devo. Potato vinyl. I don't know what a potato vinyl is. Black Rainbows. Pandemonium. Silver vinyl. There, of course, is the letter section. All written out like that. Here are the raw cuts. So, all black and white. It's like looking at the Snyder cut. Black and white. Gray. Justice is gray. So here's the last issue before the hiatus, okay? And this one, I almost didn't get it because there was only one issue at my comic book store. So if I had missed this, that would have been it. I never thought Costume would be the one to worry over. So there's Rabbit. Sure, he could lose his temper over a broken shoelace, but if he always felt like something of an act. All the rants and fistfights, they were just a lit fuse leading to nowhere. A lit fuse died out before he could really explode, but after the Oracle replaced Kashtim's spilled guts with his arcane tech, something changed. Suddenly it was like that fuse was connected to the mother of all bombs. And deep down Kashtim knew it. So he just swallowed his anger for fear of really blowing up, and it ate him from the inside, atom by atom. Funny thing is, I never liked him more than in those months he was fighting his own fury. It was just nice being around someone else who was afraid to lose control. It's just, the dialogue is everywhere. This is the part where they go into that spaceship, that rocket ship, and they just... So, I mean, like, before, right? So I'll show you what's happened. Like, they have some dialogue here. And they finally get into the rocket ship, right? And then the next 2 pages, they have a conversation, they have a conversation, they have a conversation. And then the rocket takes off. You can see the panels, they take off. Then it's like, oh wait, I think that's not it. There you go. It's kind of like the Death of Superman, where you went from 3 panels to 2 panels to 1. That's amazing. So it's just this long panoramic section of things. And here you see they find the person you're supposed to be looking for. How do we stop? They're on missions, okay? This resistance is on missions. Welcome home, Princess Rosa, and welcome, foolish mortals, to Horror Hill, where monsters rule. Ditch the gatekeeper sticks. Where's my brother? Probably hiding in his castle. Hiding from what? His latest failed experiment, entropy incarnate. I hear them coming now. By the unholy, they are here. It's like zombies in black and white, brain. So this is a zombie. Hey Joe, you want to read a zombie book? You know. So back to Hades. This is amazing stuff. Now people have shown the inside of this stuff. This is the cliffhanger. So King Vaslav, my brother, no doubt, here to kill me before I can take back the crown I stole. He can fucking try. So it's it's mature readers. Welcome home, Rosa, my sweet sister, my queen. I have no idea what's going on here. And that's the end of the first arc, which is they go on a mission. It involves a rocket. It involves running away from the wizard. The first leg of Hope's journey at an end, but the real trip is only just beginning. The future holds the glimpses of the past. I see a scavenger hunt through countless kingdoms and into uncharted wilderness. Magic eyes and hollow hearts, swords and knives sheathed in skin. And the woman who never lived. You gotta read this fucking high, I think. I think that's what you need to do. I think they did this high as well. Spell with the wizard. So there's a little bit of reading here. This is the story you have to keep on reading 1,000 times to get it right. The comic strip again. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, quarters, vinyl. More music. Algiers, There Is No Year, translucent vinyl for Wendy Williams. Tom Watts, Orphans, Brawlers. John Carpenter's The Thing Lost Cues soundtrack. Wow. That's shit. More fan mail. The Red Hood Club. After Hope, the Red Hood. Wow. There's Echolands number 5, Echolands number 6, Raw Cut Edition. That's amazing. This is Echolands 1. The oversized hardcover. How big is this damn thing going to be? So complex and unique and expertly executed. It pushes the medium forward in new directions and leads to invigorated interest in the medium comic. I have no idea what I read the last couple of... I mean, how many months was this? Right? I have no idea what the fuck I read. I have no idea what this was. 19 minutes in and you have no idea what I was talking about. But this is the latest unique approach to fiction from Image Comics. I mean, it's amazing what they did. I wasn't sure if I was going to collect, to be honest. I was trying to collect more Superman because there's a Superman arc that I'm getting into that I'll make a post about it later. But I couldn't find the Superman comic I needed, so I ended up seeing Echolands 1, this comic book that stood on its side, and not portrait size, but landscape. I said, okay, I'll take a look at it. And it's interesting. It's stuff I've seen before, but because it's speaking in riddles, you don't know what the fuck is going on, right? You have no idea. Like I said, it's one of those things you have to get into and read a bunch of times to get it right. And hopefully you'll get it right. But man, when you get to these 6 issues, what a fun time that is. I've read Star Wars. I've read The Walking Dead. I've read Leviathan. I've read The Da Vinci Code. All these different things. And still, you're like, this challenges your brain cells. It hurts your head. And that's issue number 1. And overall, I'll say that I'll give it an 8 to a 9. But I think it might go higher if I read this again and again and finally understand what's happening. Because I'm still lost in the plot, right? It's like when you watch The Matrix, you go by what Morpheus tells Neo. But if you go back and watch the Animatrix, you can understand it better. And this is one of those things where everybody tells you what part of what happened. But you have to read the interview, and you have to read the comic strip, and you have to look at the music, and then put the music to the comic book you're reading. So that's it. That's that. Did you read this? Have you read Echolands? Are you going to get the trade? I don't know if I'm going to get the trade. There might be more to the trade. There might not be. But for now, I hope has hope to get a second series.